Clippers taking on the Grizzlies. For the Clippers, a big player in their conference, holding second place in the West. No doubt their sights are set high as the year rolls on. Grizzlies, Clippers, coming up next.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And for tonight's entertainment, we'll be watching the Memphis Grizzlies facing off against the Clippers in Los Angeles. The Clippers have to feel pretty good about their recent play. They must be satisfied with the way things have gone for them over the first few months. They've played with confidence and composure and have won more than their share of games. And you look at Kawhi Leonard, we know about his defensive accolades, but Shaq, that offensive game.
You know, you guys may disagree. Second best player in the league, period. Don't ask me no question. Balanced scorer. He can take you inside, mid-range, beyond the arc, anywhere.
And no question, no more questions for you.
Nope.
Okay.
Second best, so he's better than Steph. He's better than Durant. He's better than Giannis. He does stay within himself, keeps his turnovers down, and takes a good shot. Lofty company.
He is a Kawhi superstar.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Made me cough that out.
He is a Kawhi superstar.
Kawhi, did you say that?
Kawhi.
So why did you say that?
Because I knew you would appreciate it.
I like it.
That's exactly Kawhi.
Who,
I
what,
did it.
when, and Kawhi.
Oh, that was a good one. Kawhi, I did it.
Welcome, basketball fans. It's Saturday afternoon, and you're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You take a look at Los Angeles. They're sitting pretty, second place, and looking to take the top spot. And, of course, there's the Grizzlies. Just need to take it a game at a time.
And when you look at the Clippers, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
Well, yeah, Greg, I mean, they had a plan coming into the year. I mean, they stuck to it, and it's worked to perfection.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Jones is out there with Morant, and it's Winslow in at the small forward. And for Los Angeles, we've got Patrick Beverley. Ivica Zubac is out there with Harrell. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the 2 spot. Now here's Morant. Jones looking for an opening. Here's Valanciunas, and the rejection by Leonard. Here's George, and he goes big with the dunk right over Ja Morant.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
To the wing on the left, Jones. And at last, they get one to fall.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
And Beverly kicks to George. Leonard on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Here's George. And he uses the glass on the layup. George has got his second basket. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
Yeah, the offense looked cohesive last night. Whatever challenge the opposition presented, they answered with confidence.
Now, here's Beverly. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
Executing the plan here early. Still haven't missed a shot.
Here's Winslow. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, a bit ago, Taylor Jenkins and I were able to chat. And a lot of their focus is their strategy going up against Paul George, who is a threat from distance and at the rim. They can't take everything away, but surrendering long twos is probably the safest plan.
Thank you, David. Now here's Morant. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Kings in Sacramento. Five on the clock. That's tipped. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And let's see some of the numbers here for Paul George. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. 17th in free throw shooting, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And his shooting form at the line has been outstanding. Economical release, fully extends on the follow-through. He can close games for you. Leonard against Winslow. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Taking this defense to task so far. No misses in their first 5 attempts.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, Kevin, in the Memphis Grizzlies, I mean, playoff contenders for 7 straight seasons from 2010 to 2017. I mean, a Western Conference Finals appearance in 2013. Now a new phase as they look to rebuild this roster. He's not an easy man to stop when he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything it can.
That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Jones finds Jackson, and the shot goes in. And Chris, in the small market of Memphis, there'd been a resistance to hitting that reset button and going young.
Well, yeah, with fan attendance dropping in each of the last 4 seasons, I mean, they've reached their pain threshold. And with this team struggling, the writing was on the wall.
Here's Leonard. Jaren Jackson making his last shot. Leonard, the pass to Beverly. Shoots over Morant. And it's Beverly missing.
For a player who's almost a sure thing to score in tight, that one's a stunner.
A baseline J. They get the rebound. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Inside, Morant with the steal. Fast break, here they come. A pull-up, and it's Winslow that time on the assist by Morant.
Well, this is why Morant's teammates love to play alongside of him. I mean, exceptional vision, and he's incredibly unselfish.
Now George. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Back to Harrell. Clippers moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Zubac, the pass to Beverly. Shoots over Morant. And it's Beverly missing. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Here's Jones. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Memphis shooting their first free throws of the game. First free throw is good. Chris, what would you tell a young player that maybe a couple years ago burst onto the scene, were sensational, but have been plateauing, maybe even regressing a little bit?
I tell him success is a journey. that even if they would have won a Rookie of the Year award last year or a championship, that doesn't make them successful if they don't come with that same work ethic the next year. So if you've had a down year, that does not matter. You're supposed to learn from it and make this year better as well. So I would say get back to the drawing board, get back to working hard, watch a lot of tape, be honest with yourself, and focus on how to get better. Now, positive mentality, let's go forward.
Good direction. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. They traveled to Memphis last time they faced the Grizzlies and came away with a win.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now, here's Zubac. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Now, here's Beverly. He's tightly guarded. Here's George. And Winslow pulls it down.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should have been easy.
And finished off by Morant.
Man, he takes off like a rocket. I mean, there's a suddenness to Morant's game that most athletes don't have.
And here's Beverly. Trying to end the drought. And the Clippers miss again.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn you.
And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Valanciunas dishes to Winslow. Pass to Jones. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's George. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. George has got 8. Morant with it. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And purely from a physical standpoint, John Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
That's good from Morant. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams has checked in. Now here's Williams. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Detroit. And George kicks to Leonard. And a miss there on the triple. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. And the pass to Winslow. Now Valanciunas. Kicks it out to Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Williams. Offensive rebound. Valanciunas. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And right there is the list of rookie assist leaders for the last 10 games. It's been all about team play for this group lately. John Morant, 3rd.
And the assist numbers the past few weeks have shown how well he's fitting in chemistry-wise for this team.
George passes to Leonard. Over Winslow. Grizzlies with the rebound.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
He kicks it to Jones. Fires for 3. Shot clock reset for Memphis. Now here's Morant to the paint. Valanciunas scores for only the 2nd time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
Finished off by the big man. The 7-footer like Valanciunas should be operating near the hoop.
Williams passes to Zubac. George with the ball. Tries it from 9. Off the left rim and out. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Now here's Morant, defended by George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know what? I talked to Jaren Jackson this summer. He told me he grew another 2 inches. So let's just call him around 7 foot right now with the 7'5" wingspan. Jaren Jackson, the perfect physique for today's defensive big. He can protect the paint and maneuver outside.
And that one falls for Jackson. He did play power forward at Michigan State and the NBA, but what's Jaren Jackson's long-term position, you think, in this league, Chris?
Well, you know what? I think he can play the 3, the 4, and the 5 with his shooting. Now, he's still experiencing guarding shorter players, and he's getting used to it, but moving his feet serves him well.
And he makes both free throws. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 5-point game. It's Jackson atop the key. Outside, Green. Cans it from downtown.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
So it's the Grizzlies now, outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, G.A., and sometimes you have games like that, but you just got to shrug it off and move on to the next one.
And again, Memphis no good.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
How about 5 of 6 to start? Looks like he brought his A game.
Grizzlies shooting 33% here in the first quarter. There's Morant. Over Williams. And it's Morant missing.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
They now take the lead. George has got 12.
Their system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
Memphis trailing here. Now Morant. Over Morris. They get it back. Jackson shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Oh, the third youngest player ever to drop 30 in a game. Jaren Jackson Jr. looking like a great starting piece for the Grizzlies rebuild.
That free throw, no good. And Chris, he was the 3rd big man taken in the 2018 draft, but in time, Jaren Jackson could prove to be the best.
Oh, yeah, he definitely could. I mean, he has a high ceiling, but also a high floor. Why is that? He doesn't need the ball in his hands to be successful. With his defense and perimeter shooting, he can already impact winning in a complementary role.
He hits the second from the line. The Clippers in the lead. Outside Williams. Pass to Shamet. Green in the post. He's against Jang. No good off the back of the rim. Memphis with the ball. And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
Well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
And for the longest time, the Grizzlies looking for an answer at the small forward position. 2 summers ago, they signed Kyle Anderson away from San Antonio.
Yeah, Kevin, and he's a unique player. He's kind of a point forward type, very effective around the rim with his length.
Josh Jackson's checked in for Memphis. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And we've seen stars, Chris, get suspended in the playoffs for having 7 technical fouls. Should we modify that rule at all, do you think?
I think it can be tweaked if everyone agrees on it. But for me personally, I don't think that we've had enough superstar players get suspended with that rule to say let's change the number. We definitely want superstar players to play in the plans. But we also want to keep the integrity of the game. And if technicals means I get to yell at the referee more, well, then maybe I just have to have more discipline on my end and say, wait a minute, I can't do this because it's going to hurt the team. So I'm not sure about that yet.
Here's Jackson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
How about the muscle from Jackson on that play? Even with the contact, he knocked the bucket down easily.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
And Jackson no good on that one. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor. And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And here is Williams. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. And another 3 for the Clippers.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The Grizzlies trail by 6. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Morant. He's guarded by Williams. Jackson misses.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Stolen by Jackson. He dishes it to Brooks. Back to Jackson. Shoots. Great look, but off the mark. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and has not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
They've got Morris. Lou Williams out there with Jackson. Then it's JaMychal Green. And it's Shamet in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now here's Williams. Outside, Green. Morris inside, defended by Anderson. Morris with the bucket.
Oh, when Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Brooks outside. Passes to Anderson. Memphis moving it around. Now here's Morant. Defense is right there. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. The Grizzlies also making a change. Clark, he's checked in for Anderson. Stolen by Beverly. Jackson has the open look. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Jang dishes to Morant. Pass to Jackson. Over Morris. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Jackson.
And for a guy his size, Jackson has some nice handles, able to carve out there a beautiful scoring opportunity.
Now here's Jackson. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Detroit.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. I mean, he kept everybody else in the loop. His passing was tremendous.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Morant passes to Brooks. Now here's Jang. Kicks it to Jackson. And that one is off. And the Clippers will come the other way. Now here's Beverly. Tight defense on him. Outside, Green. The pass to Morris. 4 on the clock. Here's Shamet. And the rejection by Jang. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Grizzlies making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Shot clock at 2. And that one's good. Beverly.
And what confidence from Beverly, squaring himself up as the pass was coming his way. So he was ready to fire.
Beverly against Jones. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
And that one falls for Jones. Chris, this is a specialty of yours. Which current bigs are best at finishing contested shots right at the rim?
Oh, well, I'll tell you this. The best big in the league last year, averaging 17 points, scoring in the paint, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
I mean, he'll dunk on anybody. Move out the way. He finishes. What about Embiid inside? What about Gobert? What about Boogie Cousins? Should I continue? I can keep going because the big man is back, baby.
Well, the Grizzlies coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Down by 12. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Pass to Clark. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
The Grizzlies trail by 14. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. Passes it to Harrell. Tipped away and stolen by Jang. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Brooks against Jackson. Pass to Clark. Got a piece of it. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic dunk.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Here's Jones after the basket by Los Angeles. Dishes to Jang. Back to Jones. Just 5 on the clock. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. Memphis also making some changes. Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Jang. And Winslow subbed in for Jackson. Long range from the inbound. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Valanciunas. Jones against Beverly. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest who plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Beverly. Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. So he gets them both. Here's Jones. 11 points for him in that last game against Sacramento. The pass to Winslow. Inside. No good from Valanciunas. Clippers leading by 11. Carroll high post. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Justice Winslow.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring to teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
And here's Beverly after Justice Winslow getting his shot to go from deep. Pass to Harrell. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 11.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Pass to Valanciunas. Winslow against Harrell. Here's Jackson. Great D that time from Leonard. Los Angeles leading by 11. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
So it's the Grizzlies now. Outside, Jones. It's tipped. Paul George with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. George has got the ball. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
The Clippers have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Find the lane. One shot.
That's good from Beverly. Chris, at that free throw line, there's a lot of chirping, isn't there, among the players around the lane. It just seems like their mouths are always moving. A lot of chirping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, for the ones that aren't sucking there and are tired, they're talking to each other. It's the only real break in action, and there's times, too, you get to see what has happened a few of the plays before, so you get to bust the guy up on some jokes or just flat out talking trash. And sometimes guys are saying, I hate to tell you this, but sometimes the guys are going, man, listen, I'm so tired. He's going to make this free throw. Don't push me too hard on this. I gotta get rest for a couple seconds.
They say that, huh?
Oh, yeah. Especially to the guys. I remember saying that to Ben Wallace one time. He was my rookie, and I was like, listen, man, you know Legs is going to make this free throw, man. Come on, don't push me all the way into the basket. You'd have a good
What was the
laugh.
response?
He pushed me into the basket.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. It's an 18-point game. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Memphis also making some changes. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Jackson. And it's Morant in for Brooks. And Valanciunas kicks to Morant. They need this. And there's Valanciunas on the assist by Morant. 9 points for Valanciunas. Clippers leading by 16. Williams passes to George. He's looking for Leonard and finds him.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. For Memphis, they've gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%. Morant with it. He has 6. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Yeah, Greg, they're just playing smart basketball, reading the floor well and executing.
Now here's Winslow. He's got 5. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And a look now at some of the players we can expect to see in this year's dunk contest. Always one of the great events of All-Star Weekend.
It is, Kevin. You just can't take your eyes off it. The ideas those guys come up with, and then the guts it takes to pull them off, always blows me away.
And you look at Morant, and I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into. And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Leonard hits them both.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
Kicks it out to Jones. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
Leonard the pass to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
And so it's Memphis with it. Now here's Morant. 6 points for him. On the wing, Winslow. He's defended by Harrell. To end the run. Great D that time from Harrell. LA has gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Leonard inside, working on Anderson. George shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Clippers have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Paul George. And both free throws good for Paul George. 1:15 left now here in the second. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
And, of course, always keeping an eye on the top rookies in the league. We get a chance to see the first-year players with the most steals this season. Ja Morant, 3rd.
How about the anticipation and really his aggressive mindset defensively? He's always pressuring, always looking for an opportunity to force a turnover.
To end the cold streak, and Valanciunas with the layup. Valanciunas has got 11 points.
Oh, he's a sensational offensive rebounder. Valanciunas, he just has the nose for where to be when shots go up.
Yes, that goes in.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Here's Morant. He has 6. Looking to get it going, and finished off by Morant.
You could do that every time up the floor. Put Morant in the pick and roll and just let him go to work.
Outside Williams. Pass to Zubac. 5 to shoot. Over Valanciunas. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Yeah, no, almost any player left that wide open is going to bury that shot. This is the league. That's poor defensive work.
Now Morant. He's got 8. 8 feet away. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
The work ethic shining through right there. Kyle Anderson is someone that doesn't give up on plays.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus at that end of the floor?
You know, just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right. right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly, constantly attacking the basket. It was clearly their intention right from the start to pound it inside as much as possible. And I don't see them straying from that strategy in the second half. It's going to be another paint-based attack.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. So on the floor for Memphis, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Jones is out there with Morant. And it's Winslow in at the 3. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Morant dishes to Winslow. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Winslow's got 7.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Now the pass to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
And for Memphis, they're shooting not great, 40% for the game. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Winslow against Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it go from the wing. Winslow's shot is off.
The rotation in the D could be better here. It'll cost them next time if it's not.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Sunday, they'll host the New York Knicks. Then on Friday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors.
And for the matchup with the Cavs, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Good on the second free throw. Memphis with the ball. Knocked away. Stolen by Beverly. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And the dunk by Zubac.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Zubac has gone 2 of 3 from the field. And here's Morant. 8 points for him.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Yeah, but Greg, that's just great defense, forcing his man into a difficult attempt.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Here's Winslow. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Winslow with it. He's got 7. Durant, but they get it back.
And Beverly just goes all out on defense, which is what allows him to come up with these rejections.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. Leonard against Jackson. Leonard the pass to Harrell. Shoots over Winslow, and there's Harrell. That's good on the assist from Leonard. And that's now 7 points for Montrezl Harrell. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now here's Morant, defended by Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. Paul George with the steal. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Well, they're playing well as a unit, taking shots they know they can make and building this lead.
Now here's Morant. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Morant's got 10 points.
But just another example of why you run plays through Morant. I mean, he makes great decisions with the ball in his hands.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
Now here's Jones. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Winslow's shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, certainly. And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Jaren Jackson. The Clippers have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. The first free throw is good. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubats. Morris comes in for Harrell. Jackson, he's checked in for George. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Patrick Beverly. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jang, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Jackson comes in for Jackson. Clark, he's checked in for Winslow. And Brooks subbed in for Jones. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Morant with it. Now Green defending. Offensive rebound. Outside for Jackson. Over Morris. Here's Jang. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Jackson passes to Leonard. And that one drops for him. Leonard's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Here's Clark. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Floats one up, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on a 19-6 run. Here's Shamet. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Outside Leonard. 5 on the clock. Here's Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 5 assists in the game.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
We talk about killer instinct all the time. He definitely has it. He's keeping his foot on the pedal here.
Now here's Jang. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And that one's good. Morant.
Oh, right there, Morant showing his ability to work off the ball. I mean, he found some space and knocked down the shot.
The drive by Jackson. Leonard. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Leonard's got 10 points in just the second half. Now Morant. He's got 12. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's foul number 2 for him. On defense, the Clippers. And here's Morant. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Here's Jang. No points in the game yet for him. Now the dish to Clark. Pass to Jackson. Clock at 4. Fires top of the key. And it's Memphis with another. Los Angeles has gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Right side Jackson shoots over Morant. Here's Leonard outside for Jackson. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And here's Morris for 3. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Morant. And he banks in the layup. Morant's got 14 points for the game.
Oh, he's got a role in this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
Here's Jackson. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
He's not the biggest guy on the court, but Jackson doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He'll take a knock as long as he can get his points out of it.
And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Passes it to Morant. Back to Brooks. Shot clock at 6. Here's Clark. He's covered by Shamet. No good from Clark. The Clippers shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. And it's Shamet missing. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Down low, here's Jackson. The shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Green. Leonard the pass to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Wow, and really, when Morris gets ahead of steam behind him, look out, just a remarkable finisher.
And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. Pass to Clark. Shoots over Leonard. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Now, here's Shamet. Not a lot of room. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. This is his first free throw of the game. No good on the free throw. See, Webb, the NBA always trying to improve every aspect of the game, and that includes officiating.
Yeah, and it should include officiating, one of the most important parts of the game and one of the toughest jobs within the business of basketball. I mean, these guys are making calls on the fly without the advantage of the camera at home that we have watching through the screen, or without the advantage of slow motion technology. So first of all, kudos to the refs that go out and give it their best every day. We have the best refs in any of sports, I believe, and we still need to improve on that. The league recognizes that, and I love the fact that everybody's doing it together.
Brooks against Jackson. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And Jackson is a genius at finishing on his drives. He just has so many tricks up his sleeve.
And for Memphis, they're shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Left side, Anderson. Will it go? It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Morris has got his 5th rebound in this one. There's Jackson with the 3. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
But still, eventually, you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's foul number 2 for him. Shamet with the steal. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson has the open look. No good, shot missing. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
Williams kicks to Green. In the corner, Shamet with it. To the inside. Got it. Good job in the low post. Williams has got 5.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Here's Anderson, following the score by Lou Williams. Jackson passes to Anderson. Just 5 to shoot. Teardrop shot. That one, no good.
The D making that layup look very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low.
Jackson finds Williams. Back to Jackson. The pass to Green. Williams against Anderson. Stolen by Jackson. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Anderson trying to free himself up. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
A scoreless quarter for him. I mean, you can see by his body language that he's getting discouraged.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. For the Clippers, Paul George, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson. Jones checked in for the Grizzlies. There's 47 seconds left in the 3rd. Here's Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
I tell you, at 6'8", Jackson is a more than capable scorer on the inside. Great at getting close to the rim and just finishing with the soft touch.
Now here's Williams. 5 points in the game. Beverly with the ball. Jones covering. Shot clock at 5. Here's Williams, and he lays it straight in. Williams has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Jang finds Jones. On the wing, Jackson. It doesn't go for him. And so it's Los Angeles, able to put on a show for the ages. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll return shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Paul George is out there with Noah. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Magruder in at the 2.
Oh, he's been as dependable as he always is. He can't do it all by himself, though.
Allen against Beverly. Now, here is George. Defense right on him.
Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
Allen with it. Hey, Chris, for some guys, playing in their hometown is a dream. But there's also that added pressure, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, at least when you play away from home, it's a little more quiet. You don't have to get as many tickets for the game. When I got a chance to play home in Detroit, it was one of the best moments of my life. And I thought to myself, this is a wonderful feeling, but could I have handled it for 15 years in my career? I don't know. That's 30 tickets a game. Oh, I probably would have to go back into the NBA again just to pay for those tickets. But I tell you what, it's fun. And for me, a mama's boy, eating your mama's cooking before a game, it is never, ever, I've never had a better feeling before a game than eating her food than being able to go out and play.
I bet.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And again, Memphis no good. Los Angeles has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Allen against Beverly. Pass to Magruder. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Kabengele. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Fires from deep. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, this is the attitude Anderson brings, a selfless player who loves giving it up to his open guys.
L.A. has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Passes it to George. And Magruder now top of the key. Chris, there is that transition from being a player to retirement. It can be a challenge for some. What were the keys that you found in succeeding at that?
Well, first I think is adjusting to the fact you don't have the same schedule. You don't have a physical release that you used to have. You miss the locker room and the camaraderie with all the guys, and so you miss the culture. But secondly, I would say take all the lessons that you learned, and for me this was big, from sports, and use them in business. So in business, I became a rookie in other areas. I found a Chris Mullin type in business. I found a Latrell Sprewell type, guys that would mentor you, guys that you would play on their team. Humble yourself, get back to it. Get to practice, get to meetings early, stay at practice late, stay at meetings, and be the last one that leaves. And just take the culture of basketball, infuse that athletic personality into the personality of whatever you go into next, and you can use those tenets to have a wonderful retirement and really enjoy it. So for me, it's been awesome. And by the way, I've had twins, and so since retiring, and that'll keep you just as busy as it was you were playing. So you can find ways to keep that same lifestyle.
That's right, and some sound advice, too. Well, the undrafted Rodney Magruder, Greg, has earned his way into the NBA.
was 25 by the time of Magruder's rookie season. Has spent some time overseas and in the G League, but he's improved his game and has kind of carved out a spot here in the league.
To the middle, Valanciunas tries again, and it's Kabengele with the rebound.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Floor spacing, Chris, now so big in the NBA. And big men have the room to put up some unbelievable numbers.
Oh, man, look at Lopez out there in Bucks land. I mean, look what he's doing in Milwaukee, just shooting threes from deep. The same, you got to go to Embiid, Porzingis, and we already seen what the great Dirk Nowitzki has done through his career spacing the floor. Look, it adds time on to your career because you don't have to just go down there and bang and be one-dimensional in the paint. It makes your teammates better because now you're spacing the floor, which gives them room to drive. And if you're really working on your game, you can really make your teammates better because now you have more passing lanes because you're further away from the basket. So as any post player knows, it's a blessing to be surrounded by great shooters, and now big men, they got a little more room out there.
Kicks to Valanciunas. He dishes it to Allen. And it's Clark in the corner.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
And the Grizzlies with possession here after the basket by Los Angeles. Allen against Beverly. Pass to Valanciunas to halt the run, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And the emphasis on mobility, a challenge for lumbering 7-footers like Valanciunas.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be the quickest when you're 7 feet tall, Kevin. I mean, in order to earn his keep, he has to be dominant inside. I mean, he has that capability.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. See, Webb, if we lower the draft age back to 18, the league will take a larger role developing high school players. Your thoughts?
Well, I think I think it could be a safety net. You know, so many kids are vulnerable at this time, and they don't have a system, and that's why everything's kind of been messed up for players trying to figure out what is the correct system. How do I really get immersed? I want to be in the NBA. What is the right way? And I think the younger you are, with the more direction that you have, it can only turn out to be a safer process, I would hope. And
getting better pro-level training, too, coaching.
Yeah, pro-level training, pro-level knowledge, pro-level relationships. I think it's a great thing by the way.
Here's Magruder. Looking for George. He gets it there. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Kabengele. From outside, off the mark. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Allen outside. There's the pass to Tolliver. The three. It's hauled in by Beverly for Los Angeles. They've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. George passes to Magruder, and that one good. Magruder's got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh, I love it. He's working the ball down low. Always a good plan of attack.
It's Allen with the drive. Dishes to Tolliver. Pass to Clark. And along with the association, we've seen the growth of the G League, the WNBA, the 2K League. Chris, which of those have you followed the most?
Well, first let me say I should have been drafted by the 2K League because I'm really nice. Matter of fact, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I will beat you in the game that I'm talking on right now. But secondly,
I know you will.
I love the WNBA, from Lisa Leslie to Cheryl Swoops to my girl Candace Parker. Are you kidding me? The skill set of these ladies, oh, they have game. And I can't say I follow one the most, because even the G League and their all-star game I follow. Right now it's a great time for hoops, and all three of these leagues I'm in on.
Shooting two.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Clippers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9 out to the right wing. Now here's Shamet. D right on him. Over Clark. And it's Shamet missing.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
Passes to Clark. Here's Valanciunas. And Chris, underclassmen entering the draft, they can now hire agents, get help attending workouts, and still retain their eligibility. Do you like that move?
I love the move, Kevin. You know what it does? It helps less to fall by the wayside. So you come out of college, you don't know how good you are. You don't, you know, it's based off ego, how hard you worked, family and friends telling you, go, 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 get the money. But what's your testing ground? You don't know. You don't have a full context. So I love the fact that it lets you go out there and see. And if you have any trepidation, go back to school. You got another year. So, yes, I love this move.
Excellent. See, we have excellent. Tolliver with the bucket.
No, it doesn't have to break stride at all, thanks to the money lead pass.
Los Angeles has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. George finds Noah. Back to George. Shamet on the wing. Off target with his three.
And he'll be happy that they're in front, but he knows better than anyone else that he's still without a bucket, and he won't be happy with that.
And here is Los Angeles now. Pass to Magruder. Back to Shamet. To the paint. Here's Cavangeli. Over Valanciunas. He drains the turnaround jump shot.
How much do you love to see the turnaround?
And so Allen will bring it up for the Grizzlies. And he makes the first. Chris, I read this the other day, the NBA announcing the development of the BAL, the Basketball African League. They feel there's a lot of untapped potential there. I would tend to agree.
I'm so excited. I already put my name in the hat to go out there and work with and help develop these kids. Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, just think about this. You want to know what type of talent is out there? Let's just start with Akeem. Then we go to Mutombo, Embiid. He's from Cameroon. How about Antetokounmpo, who has Nigerian parents? I mean, we can keep on going. How about Ibaka helped by Siakam? Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
There's some talent out there, baby. And, yes, I'm excited for the BAL, the Basketball African League. Africa, stand up, baby.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2. And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
The Clippers have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Morris outside. Here's Magruder, defended by Allen. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Look, he pounces on the chance where the D falls asleep. Easy two.
The other day, Chris, I heard Commissioner Adam Silver talking about that it strikes him sometimes how isolated players can be with cell phones and headphones, and those things wouldn't help that. Is it something that you've noticed or that you're concerned about?
You mean with my nephews and nieces and friends that are younger and kids walking across the street looking at their phones and not even looking both ways?
You know, your play-by-play partner, whoever it might be.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You know, Kevin, those are the times. And so I would tell Adam Silver, Mr. Commissioner, yeah, that's a basketball problem. That's a world problem. How are we going to stop any of that? We're here now. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle, Kevin.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
And there's the pass to Valanciunas. In the corner, it's Tolliver. Off target from three-point range.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Count that one. Magruder's got 11 in the second half.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
This has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. No good from outside.
I mean, with all these three-pointers he's missed in the first half, I mean, he's become a weight around their neck. I mean, somebody tell this guy to be more unselfish.
Nobody near Allen. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Here's Shamet. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Chris, it seems like some teams have been in rebuild mode for a long time. Is there a point at which the league should step in and maybe, I don't know, take over or give them guidance?
You know, I really do. And not because it's necessarily the fault of the team, because, it's tough to win a championship. But to be a perennial bottom dweller, basement dweller, it's not good for the fans. And fans like myself, every year comes the first game, we think, hey, we could win a championship, we could do it. But, you know, our thought process is not based in knowledge. It's just based in our hope and will for the team. So you definitely want to keep teams straight. You want to keep them honest. And I think the league can find a way to step in but not step on the toes of ownership.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Clippers.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kawhi Leonard.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Anderson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Here's Kevin Gelly. Bank shot, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Allen kicks to Anderson. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's Shamet. Misses. So the Clippers winning this one easily. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. and we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down, we'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.